Let's walk on the wise path.
Have you ever felt like life is a puzzle and you're just one piece trying to figure out where you fit? What if I told you that there's a hidden framework that connects all the pieces, a universal law so powerful that understanding it could completely reshape your reality? Imagine waking up each day with clarity, knowing exactly how to align your thoughts and actions to create the life you've always dreamed of. Sounds impossible? It's not. This ancient law isn't just a theory. It's a force woven into the fabric of existence. It governs how everything works: your relationships, your health, your success, even your emotions. But here's the shocking part. This isn't a secret everyone knows. It's been deliberately buried under distractions, misinformation, and societal conditioning. Why? Because those who understand this law gain access to a power so profound it could dismantle the very systems that keep the world running as it is. The elite, those at the top, know this law like the back of their hand. They've used it for centuries to amass power, wealth, and influence. They align themselves with this universal truth, while the rest of us are left stumbling in the dark. But today, that changes. I'm about to pull back the curtain and reveal everything. By the time you finish this video, you'll understand why your life has been the way it is, and more importantly, how to take control. This isn't just knowledge, it's liberation. It's the ultimate guide to stepping out of the shadows and into the light of your full potential. Are you ready to uncover the secret they don't want you to know? Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn will blow your mind. You've probably heard the phrase, "as above, so below." It's one of those mystical sayings that sounds deep, but gets tossed around without much thought. But here's the thing, it's not just a catchy phrase. It's a direct reference to the Law of Correspondence, one of the oldest and most profound principles in existence. This law is the blueprint for how reality works, yet it's hiding in plain sight. Let's make it simple. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. What do you see? Your reflection, right? Now think of the universe as one massive mirror. What's happening inside you, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs is reflected back to you in the world around you. It's like a cosmic feedback loop. Change what's inside, and the outside changes automatically. But this law isn't limited to your personal life. It's everywhere. The structure of an atom mirrors the design of a solar system. The patterns of rivers branching out resemble the veins in your body. These similarities aren't coincidences. They're proof that everything is interconnected. What happens on a small scale is echoed on a larger one. Here's where it gets even deeper. The Law of Correspondence suggests that your mind is the control panel for your reality. If your thoughts are chaotic, your life will reflect that chaos. But if you cultivate peace and clarity within, the universe mirrors that back to you. This isn't just philosophy. It's a tool that you can use to align yourself with the universe's natural flow. And once you start seeing the patterns, you'll realize you've had the power all along. So, why hasn't everyone figured this out? That's where the elite come in. Have you ever wondered why the world feels like a giant hamster wheel? Most of us are stuck running in circles, chasing after fleeting goals like money, status, or approval. But what if this isn't by accident? What if it's by design? The elite, the few at the top of the power pyramid, understand the Law of Correspondence. They've mastered it. And guess what? They're not about to share that knowledge freely. Why? Because knowledge is power, and this knowledge is ultimate power. If everyone understood that their internal world shapes their external reality, the elite would lose their grip. People would stop looking to external systems, governments, corporations, or the media for answers. Instead, they'd turn inward, unlocking a level of self-sufficiency and alignment that makes manipulation nearly impossible. Think about it. The world thrives on fear and division. Why? Because fear keeps you distracted, disconnected from your inner power. If you're constantly worried about the economy, your job, or the latest crisis, you'll never have the mental clarity to see through the illusion. And division? That's just another way to keep us from uniting and realizing the collective power we hold. But the elite? They've been using this law for ages. They understand how to align their thoughts and actions with universal patterns to create empires. Their companies, their strategies, even the cities they build, they all follow this law. Meanwhile, the rest of us are taught to ignore it, to focus on superficial distractions instead of universal truths. Here's the good news. The law works for everyone. It doesn't play favorites. Once you understand it, you can step out of the system and start creating a reality that aligns with your true potential. The question is, are you ready to reclaim that power? All right, let's get real. This law isn't some abstract, out there concept. It's operating in your life right now, whether you realize it or not. The law of correspondence is like gravity. You don't have to believe in it for it to work. Think about your day-to-day life. Ever notice how your mood sets the tone for everything around you? When you wake up grumpy, it feels like the whole world conspires to ruin your day. Traffic is worse, your coffee spills, and even your dog ignores you. But on days when you're upbeat, everything flows. People smile at you, opportunities pop up, and even setbacks feel manageable. That's the law of correspondence in action. Here's a simple analogy. Your mind is like a radio. Whatever frequency you're tuned into, whether it's joy, fear, or anger, that's the signal you broadcast. And the universe? It's like an amplifier, reflecting that signal back to you in the form of experiences. If you're stuck in negativity, you're essentially telling the universe, more of this, please. But here's the kicker. The law works both ways. Just as your inner world influences the outer world, the reverse is also true. Surround yourself with chaos, and it will seep into your mind. But surround yourself with positivity, and you'll find it easier to align with those higher frequencies. The beauty of this law is its simplicity. Change your thoughts, and you change your reality. It's not always easy, but it's always possible. Once you start practicing this, life stops feeling random. You realize you're not a victim of circumstances, you're a creator. And the universe? It's your co-creator, waiting to reflect back whatever you put out. The science behind the mystery. Let's talk science for a minute. You might be thinking, this sounds like mystical nonsense, but what if I told you modern science is finally catching up to ancient wisdom? The law of correspondence isn't just spiritual fluff. It's backed by research in quantum physics, neuroscience, and biology. Ever heard of quantum entanglement? It's one of the most mind-blowing discoveries of modern physics. Imagine two particles, separated by vast distances, acting as though they're connected. If you change something about one particle, the other instantly reacts no matter how far apart they are. Sounds magical, right? But it's not. It's science. This phenomenon shows that the universe is interconnected on a level we're only beginning to understand. Now, apply this concept to your life. If particles can be entangled, what does that say about you and the universe? The law of correspondence suggests that everything is connected. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they ripple out and influence the world around you, just like those entangled particles. And it's not just quantum physics. Neuroscience offers another piece of the puzzle. Studies show that your brain emits electromagnetic waves, and these waves can influence not only your body, but also your environment. Ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift based on someone's mood? That's not just intuition, it's science. Your thoughts literally radiate out into the world. Even biology hints at this universal connection. The branching patterns of trees, veins, and rivers follow the same mathematical rules. Why? Because they're all expressions of the same underlying order. So, when ancient texts talk about as above, so below, they weren't being poetic, they were being literal. The patterns that govern the stars are the same ones shaping your thoughts. And when you understand this, the universe starts making a whole lot more sense. practical examples you can relate to. Let's bring this concept down to earth. How does the law of correspondence show up in your everyday life? The truth is, it's all around you. You just have to know where to look. Have you ever noticed how your internal state mirrors your external reality? Imagine you're running late for work. Your mind is racing, filled with stress and frustration. What happens next? You hit every red light, spill your coffee, and show up to the office already feeling defeated. Coincidence? Not quite. Your chaotic inner world set the tone for your outer experiences. Now, flip the script. Think about a day when you felt unstoppable, like everything was going your way. Maybe you woke up with gratitude, smiled at strangers, and approached challenges with confidence. What happened? Doors opened, opportunities appeared, and even the little annoyances didn't bother you. That's the law of correspondence in action. Your internal energy shapes your external reality. It's not just about mood, though. Look at the natural world. Trees don't fight the seasons, they flow with them. Rivers don't resist gravity, they carve paths in harmony with it. When nature aligns with universal patterns, it thrives. The same goes for you. Want another example? Think about relationships. If you constantly feel unworthy or insecure, you'll attract people and situations that reinforce those feelings. But if you cultivate self-love and confidence, you'll notice a shift. The people around you will start treating you with respect and admiration, reflecting the inner change you've made. The bottom line is this: life isn't random. The universe reflects what you project. When you start to see the connections, you realize you're not a victim of circumstance. You're the architect of your reality. And that's where the real power lies. How you can use this law. So, you're probably wondering, how can I actually use this law to improve my life? The good news is, it's simpler than you think. The law of correspondence isn't some secret ritual or complicated formula, it's a way of living. Here's how you can start applying it today. Step 1. Look within. Your external reality is a mirror of your internal state. If things aren't going the way you want, don't blame the world, look inside. Are you holding on to negative beliefs? Are you stuck in patterns of fear or doubt? The first step to using this law is awareness. Journal your thoughts, meditate, or simply take a moment to reflect. What's going on inside you that might be reflecting outward? Step 2. Reprogram your thoughts. Your mind is like a garden. If you let weeds, negative thoughts take over, they'll choke out the flowers. But if you consciously plant seeds of positivity, gratitude, and confidence, your reality will start to shift. Try this every morning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for and 3 affirmations about the life you want to create. It might feel awkward at first, but stick with it. You're rewiring your brain to align with the universe's natural flow. Step 3. Take aligned action. Here's the secret. Thoughts alone won't change your life, you have to act. But not just any action, aligned action. This means taking steps that resonate with the patterns you want to create. Want a healthier body? Don't just think about it, align your actions by eating nutritious food and exercising. Want better relationships? Show up with the energy you want to receive. The beauty of this law is that it works with you, not against you. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with universal patterns, life starts to flow effortlessly. You'll feel like you're swimming downstream instead of fighting against the current. And trust me, that's where the magic happens. The hidden power of alignment. Let's talk about what happens when you truly align with the law of correspondence. Spoiler alert, life starts to feel magical. Suddenly, things that once felt impossible start falling into place. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Problems seem to solve themselves, and you begin to feel a deep sense of peace and purpose. Here's an analogy. Imagine tuning a radio. If you're even slightly off the right frequency, all you get is static. But when you hit the exact spot, the music comes through loud and clear. Alignment works the same way. When your internal world is in harmony, the universe reflects that harmony back to you. You're no longer fighting against the flow, you're dancing with it. And it's not just about personal success. When you align, you naturally inspire others. Your energy becomes contagious. People want to be around you, to learn from you, to align their own lives. It's a ripple effect, spreading positivity and connection in a world that often feels disconnected. Here's the best part. Alignment doesn't require perfection. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to start where you are, making small, intentional shifts. Meditate for 5 minutes. Practice gratitude. Take one step toward your goals. These tiny actions create a domino effect, aligning you with the universe's flow. The more you align, the more you'll notice synchronicities, those coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. That's the universe's way of saying you're on the right track. So, the question is, are you ready to tune in? Because once you do, there's no limit to what you can create. So now that you know about the law of correspondence, the big question is, what are you going to do with it? You see, knowledge is only power when it's put into action. The truth is, most people will hear this and do nothing. They'll go back to their routines, their distractions, and their old ways of thinking. But you're here because you're ready for something more. Here's the deal. Life doesn't just happen to you. You're not some helpless bystander in the grand play of the universe. You're the writer, the director, and the lead actor all rolled into one. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take, it all shapes the reality you experience. That's the power of the law of correspondence. It's not a theory. It's a universal truth that's been hiding in plain sight all along. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Why isn't everyone using this law to create their dream life? The simple answer? Most people don't even know it exists. And those who do often lack the discipline to align their thoughts and actions with it consistently. It's easier to blame the world, to point fingers at circumstances, to wait for someone else to change things. But here's the hard truth. If you want your life to change, you have to change. This isn't just about personal success. It's about stepping into your role as a co-creator of the universe. When you align with the law of correspondence, you don't just transform your own life, you inspire others to do the same. And that ripple effect? It has the power to change the world. So, what's it going to be? Will you take this knowledge and run with it, or let it fade into the background? The universe is waiting for your answer. What will you choose?